Hey, good morning. The market's down 30% year over year, flat over the last month, but it's actually up 30% over the last 7 days. Don't fall for the clickbait, people. Yes, those are the facts. Yes, that is the headline, but that does not tell you the true story. Once again, I'm here to provide you the facts. Let's sit back. No, don't. It's too early to grab a glass of iced tea. Grab you a glass of coffee if you're seeing this early in the morning. Let's sit back and look and just take a deep dive into these numbers. Texas Homes by David Fleming. Come on, let's get into these numbers. All right, let's go, people. As always, let's start out. Let me share the screen with you. And bingo. No, you don't want to see my mug. All right. Properties listed. Just look at the screen. Don't look at me. All right. Properties listed 2,696. Properties under contract 2,697. Properties pending. Not looking too bad here, people. 3,155. And properties sold. Good freaking night. 3,060. That's not too bad at all. Now, but what does that tell us? Doesn't tell us a thing. Doesn't tell us a thing unless we deep dive and take a look at the numbers and compare to what were they over the last 7 days, over the last month, over the last year, what was happening in the market over the past year. There's a whole bunch of things let's take a look at. Now, this is going to be a little bit deeper dive. All right, so make sure that coffee's full or that tea's full. Let's get into it. So let's look at the last 7 days. So you got May 20th versus June 3rd. So May 20th you got sold was 2101. Whew, sold, people. Sold 3,060. That's up 30%. That's pretty good. Listed, it was 2816, 2696. That's down 12%. Between COVID and rioting and everything else, good gravy, people. Man, I tell you what, I wish our world would just calm down a little bit, don't you? Under contract, 2576 versus 2627. That's up 13%. Pending, once again, wow, 2939, 3155. That's up 19%. What does that tell us? Well, look at over the last month. Let's look at this number here. So it was sold under May 6th. Right now, remember, it's going to be slanted a little bit when we start looking month over month and year over year, when we start looking year over year, because we've got a day in April that we got to take a look at, and we got 2 days in June that are going to kind of slant these ultimate numbers when you start looking at year over year numbers. But it all washes out. No big deal. All right, so 2,354, and this is sold. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. So 2354, 2327, 2101. All right, so that's not trending very good on the sold, but we make up for it at the end of the month as usual, from what I'm understanding, because it bounced up to 3,000. So what does that tell us? Here's what I want to kind of camp out on. And I want to go into these numbers, but I want to just kind of show you. So if you look at the solds for May of this year versus May of last year, it's 8,455 is what they're reporting right now. Now, it went up from what I looked at it 2 days ago, from 8,100 to now it's 84. So it's still not a final number. But you look at last year in May of 2019, it was 12,000, which was sold. Well, so that tells you, right, you're down 30% as far as sold. Well, that doesn't sound great. Well, and maybe it's not. But then again, once again, I want to kind of take a look at the numbers and kind of show you over a 3-year span what the market, where it peaked. You might be surprised of where it peaked versus where we're at right now. Listed 14,619 of this year, and then last year 16,709. So that's down 14%. Now I want to direct you down to the bottom. If you've been with me, that we do have a little bit of a variance because of the numbers I've been reporting to you versus what they just released. There's on the sold side, there's a difference of 1387. Once again, remember, because I'm a numbers hound, it freaked me out when the numbers didn't match up. But if you look at, I had a day in April that was included, and then I had 2 days in June that were included. Should that equal 1387? I don't know. Then once again, the numbers aren't final as far as month over month, because once again, the 8,455 was 8,100 and something 2 days ago. So final reporting isn't apparently final reporting, but we're there. So let's take a look at. Let me change my screen. I'm back. Gotta love technology. All right, real quick, we're just going to go into these numbers real fast because I didn't share my screen. Loosen up behind the wheel, and as usual, it was me. So let's talk. Less explanation. Let's get to it. So closed sales. If you remember what we just talked about, closed sales. I showed you the numbers. We were 8,455 this year, May of 2020. Last year at this time, May of 19, we were at 12,075. Now, I want you to take a really close look at this. Last year at this time, May of last year, 12,075. So let's look at May of 18, 11,519. 2017, May is 11,264. Look at this number. See, look at this over here on the graph, right? It's the last year we're going up against. If you look at retail numbers, terminology, the beat yesterday or beat last year numbers, we're fighting the best it's been in 3 years. So take that into account when you're looking at, because the market is down 30% as far as sold year over year. I mean, if you want to take that as the headline and use that as the clickbait, which I'm sure some people will, that's fine. But that doesn't really tell you the real story, because you have to look at where we're at now versus what was happening a year ago. We're not in the same market. We're not in the same world we were a year ago, but we're still doing great. The market's still fine. I mean, it's actually up, like we just talked about. It's actually up 30% in sales over the last 7 days, because there was over 3,000 units that went through in the last 7 days. Craziness. All right, so think about that when you're looking at that. So what else do we need to look at? We need to look at the sale price. We're going to look over month, and then we're going to look over year. So the sales price last month for the entire MLS, we're going to look at Tarrant County and Dallas County as well, because I think we need to do that. Entire MLS was 275,705 in April. It went down to 270,500. So it went down just a little bit. And we'll look at the numbers to see if that should give you cause for pause. All right. Tarrant County was 255, almost 256. It went down to 247. And then Dallas County was 260, and it went down to 250. A year ago, if you want to take a look at that, a year ago was 274, and now it's at 270. So again, the best, or June, it was actually a little bit higher at 275, right? Tarrant County was 247, Dallas was 260. And I want to make sure that's right. Yep, that's correct. All right, so now let's look at our percentage of sale price versus the original list price. Let's look at that, because that's a good sign of that's a good thing to dive into to see what does that tell us. All right, last month we were at entire MLS, it was selling for 98%. That's pretty good of what the list price was. Tarrant County was 98.8%. Good night, Tarrant County. Y'all are killing it. Dallas County was 97.7. It went down a little bit from 98.8 to 97.9. Tarrant County still killing it, 98.7 instead of 98.8. And Dallas County is pretty much flat, 97.6. A year ago, what does that tell us a year ago? Let's see here. May, 97.9, right? 99%. Tarrant County was killing it last year at this time. And Dallas County, 97.7. So let's look at what it was, because this was killing me. I was like, man, let's look at May of 2018. Good night. These houses were, Tarrant County was really 100%. That's what they were averaging. All these, I forgot. Days on market, right? Because we went through this before whenever I wasn't sharing my screen. Days on market were at 24 days in the entire MLS. Tarrant County is only 16 days. And Dallas County is 20 days. A year ago. What does that tell us a year ago? Oh, and once again, you're pretty much, it went up a little bit, 22 days to 24 days. I'm sorry, I should have went through that. So month over month, 22 days, it went to 24 days. And this is how long, once again, average, how long is your home sitting on the market if you put it on the market? 16 days, it's flat. 20 days, it's flat. Tarrant County and Dallas. So 2019, 20 days, 13 days, and 19 days, right? 20 days for the entire MLS. Still good. Everything's fine. Monthly supply, we went over that as well. Monthly supplies went up a little bit. In other words, if they brought no more homes on the market right now, and they continue to sell them from all the listings that we've had, how quickly would it take us to run through those? Well, a month ago, it was 2.8 months over the entire MLS, little over 2 months, 2.1 months for Tarrant County, and Dallas County was 2.8. So what does that tell us now? Now we're at 2.9 over the entire MLS, so almost 3 months. Tarrant County still 2.1, right? That's pretty much a wash, and which it is a wash. And then Dallas County, 3 months. What does that tell us? Market's fine. Once again, let's look at the clickbait first. The facts are, yes, the market as far as sales, closed sales, is down 30% year over year, but you can't just take that number without looking at the big picture of what does that mean. The market, as far as that goes, was at its peak over the last 3 years a month ago in May. So we're fighting to try to compare ourselves to the best that it's been in 3 years last year at this time with everything that's going on, and we're only 30% down. But if you look at the numbers as well, because we're recapping, we're flat month over month. Sorry about that. We're flat month over month, and we're actually up 30% because 3,000 units sold in 7 days. We're actually up 30% over the last 7 days. What does that tell you? Because really, that's all you care about. You don't care about all these numbers. You just care about if you're looking to be in the market to sell, is it the right time to sell? Or if you're looking to buy, is it the right time to buy? If you're an investor, is it the right time to jump in the market? Depends on where you're at in life. What are the mortgage rates doing? I mean, as far as if you're looking to sell, the market's great. If you're looking to buy, the market's still fine, right? It's pretty much no different than it was last month or a year ago. It's just, do you want to buy? Do you need to buy? Is now the right time? Are you financially ready to buy? There's all those things that factor in. The reason that I've been doing this for 2 months, I want to keep you informed. It's not my job to slant the numbers. My job is just to give you the numbers, people. You take that information and you do with it what's best for your family. It's none of my business. But I'm going to bring you the facts, no matter what they are. So what I don't want you to do is act out of spirit of fear and say, I can't because the media is telling me this or that. The media wants to tell you this or that because they want to keep you tuned in. I just want to keep you, I just want to tell you the information so that you can make an informed decision. I really don't care what you do with it. It's none of my business. With that, if you want somebody to take a deep dive with your property in your area, or if you're a first-time homeowner, if you're relocating to Texas and you really don't know, and you need somebody, because you need somebody that you can count on, you can trust, call me. I'm not the best fit for everybody, but I am a good fit for a lot of people because I'm just me. I'm just here to help you. Don't know what that looks like, and we won't proceed forward until I know what your goals are. So holler at me. You want to call me, 817-691-2910. You want to go to my website, davidflemingre.com. I've got a new website, right? It's kind of fancy. A lot of smarter people than I am working on that thing right now. Go to YouTube, right? Click up there for the next video. There's a lot of things you can do, but the biggest thing, just contact me. Let's have a conversation. If you're concerned about safety and the health issues, let's do a Zoom call. I'd love to sit down and visit with you, right? Till next time, 2 things. Number 1, God loves you. You know that's true. Number 2, you know I do as well. Till next time, people, y'all have a great weekend. Enjoy it. It looks like it's going to be hot. We'll see y'all down the road. Bye-bye.